Hi, folks. This is Claire Church and Pete Lewis, and we're continuing our Muse Talks with a new friend, Miss Sheryl Renee. We were scheduled, our Expeditions Plus One series, it has been ongoing at the Muse, and we've played with so many cool people. And Sheryl Renee was supposed to be our June artist, and we're not at all sure that's going to happen, or we'll be live streaming by then. We're kind of playing it by ear. But so we just wanted to get to know her a little better, and she is definitely one of those musicians who has lost all of her income, like so many people who make their living as musicians. So hey, Sheryl.
Hi, so glad to be here with you too.
We're glad to have you. And what we've been doing is seeing if people want to sing or play something at the beginning. You want to sing a little something?
So I knew you were going to ask me this. So I went through my list and I thought, what song is really relevant to what's going on right now? And then I picked "They Can't Take That Away From Me," because what else could I possibly lose right now, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot you could lose. Hello, but the way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just beams. The way you sing off key. The way you haunt my dreams. I did that on purpose. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never, ever meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still, I'll always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Are we your first live audience in a while?
Huh?
Are we your first audience in a while?
That is the first time that I have sung in probably 5 weeks.
Oh, well, we're really glad.
I didn't have a voice. I got sick. And unfortunately, mine included coughing. So I was hoarse just from coughing, you know? And so it's been about a week, maybe a week and a half now that I haven't been sick. And I've just been, instead of making music, I've been making mucus. So I'm just looking forward to being healthy again.
Oh man.
Yes, I'm glad you're on the road of improvement.
Yes, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up, perhaps?
Okay. Well, I'm a Colorado girl. I wasn't born here. We moved here right before my 2nd birthday, but Colorado is my home. It's all we live between Denver and then we moved to Colorado Springs. And I lived in the Springs from 1st grade till my sophomore year. And then in the middle of my sophomore year, we moved back to Denver and I graduated from East High School. My parents were entertainers, so we were raised around the music all my life. And once we were able to stay home by ourselves, I became a radio kid and just, was in choirs and madrigal choirs and whatnot. Sang in some youth groups here in town, but when I was 19, 20 years old, I started singing with Jerry Barnett in Moment's Notice Orchestra. And so people like Don Grove, Jeff Jenkins, Ron Jolly, Ron Bland, they taught me the standards. Right. And they are the reason I have the extensive repertoire that I did.
What year was that you were doing Moment's Notice gigs?
83, 84. 84 was when I started really full time.
Okay.
And I stayed with Jerry until I moved to Atlanta in 1990. And still, he still calls me for things to this day. So I'm still part of that clan.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be calling you.
because we've both have worked for Jerry in the past, but I think you left right when we were about the time we were coming here, so we didn't cross our paths, you know.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
you?
And I moved around, I was in Atlanta for 11 years and then I came home and then I moved to New York City for 3 years and then I went back to Atlanta and now I've been back here for the last 4 years.
Okay.
What were you doing in New York City?
My youngest child uh, uh, finished East High School and I loaded up my car and I went to New York. It was a lifelong dream. I'm also an actress. And, all my life, people would tell me, you need to be in New York City. You need to go to New York. So I was just on a mission, but I was 49 years old when I loaded up my car. So I was very lucky that I had a friend that knew someone that had an apartment in the Upper Bronx. And I went to New York and I just jumped in with both feet. And, it was when I look back now, when I look through my Facebook photo album, I think I did fabulous. But when I was there, I was struggling. I was drowning. And a lot of people, it really was, it was good. But, people, when you're doing 1 or 2 gigs a month, you know what I mean? It's not great.
Oh,
Yeah.
believe me, I know.
Did you feel like even though you weren't working a lot, did you pull something out of that experience that helped you, develop as a musician, an actress?
I did. I'm so glad I did it, first of all. I did it for me. I was a young mother. I had my first child when I was 20.
Mhm.
And so, I did it for me and I met so many wonderful, wonderful musicians. And because I was seasoned, like I said, I was 49 years old when I moved there. So I had been a professional entertainer my entire adult life. So I knew what to do when I got there, and someone told me, they said, New York thrives on new blood, but I would say they thrive on young blood because it was very hard to go into a club and be offered $50, $75 for a gig and, go audition for theater productions and they ask you to work for, tickets, opening night tickets and give all of your time and your skill. And, in that part, that's the reason I left. I couldn't see a way to make a living, just singing there. Now, the thing that kept me there was I was doing website design for a lot of artists that weren't used to self-promoting. So I would make their gig posters and I would, what I mean? That's what kept me in New York City, not so much the music, but I did meet some fabulous people and I got humbled and, you hear no a lot and, you're standing there and you truly are in a room with the best in the world. Everybody's coming there. You go to open mic, everybody at the open mic is fabulous, but it was great because I did earn the respect of my peers there. And right now I have almost 400 Facebook friends from New York. So I think I did pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think, coming back to Denver, Denver is a really particularly supportive and warm scene. I think we kind of came up in the Chicago music scene and then we were out on the West Coast for a while in the Bay Area playing music there. And I don't know if I've ever been in a music scene that was more warm and supportive and not cutthroat. Like they want the best for other musicians.
I would agree with that. I would agree. My whole issue has been that I just have always thrown everything I have in the sink. So I never just focused on one genre of music, So I sing jazz, I sing R&B, I'm in a rock bluegrass jam band called The Contribution, and I love it all and I do it all. I sing for churches, I sing jazz. I just was never able to lock into one thing. I think that was the detriment to my success, quote unquote,
I don't know. I think most jazz musicians, like, if you're a classical musician, somebody asks you what you do, you say, I play classical music. But if you say you're a jazz musician, it means you play everything.
Yeah.
all jazz musicians play everything. That's survival skills, you know?
Right, right.
And I think it's more enriching to have all those things to do, you
Yeah.
know. But you're like Claire said, as a jazz musician, your ears are open. You're kind of a chameleon. You can fit into all these different circles and do it well.
I think so too. And you're used to jumping in,
Yeah.
you know, you're used to having to just jump in. And um, uh, yeah, I gotta say, I agree with that. You know, if you can sing jazz, you can sing anything.
So you were working. What came to a crashing halt due to the pandemic? Were you in the middle of a
To
show?
do was scheduled for the Estes Park Jazz Festival this year, Five Points Jazz Festival, you know, all of except for Muse. I haven't got the word from you guys, and I have one church gig, a church gig. That doesn't even sound right. One church performance that I'm supposed to do. Other than that, everything on my calendar has canceled.
You were in a show at, you mentioned earlier that you were in a show at Boulder Dinner Theater.
Yes, that's on hold, and we were supposed to go until May 30th, Ragtime, the musical. So there's a chance that we could go back and get, you know, a couple of weeks in before it's open. We opened on March 12th, March 13th, we did the show, and then they told us after that it was closed. So we got to open at least because a lot of artists, a lot of shows didn't even get to make their opening night, you know. But they've been great. They started a GoFundMe and for for all the people that work there, and that was really wonderful, you know, to get that, and the Denver Actors Fund. But what I've been doing is just really trying to find different grants, you know, like music cares and different things like that, where I might get some funding, and then I'm just gonna have to, you know, ratchet my hustler and thing. And you know, I'm looking at things in my house thinking, what can I sell?
Yeah.
I know it's been frustrating. Well, I see this on Facebook posts, and you know, a lot of musicians can't seem to get the funds that they need, even though there seems to be these links to grants and things, but they're not getting the funds. So I'm not sure what's going on, but
It's hard. And then, you know, and then I haven't even, I know some people have gotten their stimulus, and I'm like, are they going to run out of money before I get my little check, you know? We always, musicians and artists, we never have a safety net. You know, we never have a safety net. We understand what it's like to live on, you know, on our wits, and live on little or nothing. But I'll tell you right now, it's a little overwhelming not having a safety net. It's a little overwhelming, you know, and um, so I'm just going on and I'm applying for things, and you know, they want proof. They want proof. You have to send in liner notes to prove, because I'm a session vocalist as well. So I'm having to get, you know, all of my liner notes together and make copies to prove that you know, I work in the recording business, and, you know, but whatever I have to do, I guess I have to do it. But it's a little scary, and I'm sad they're canceling all the festivals.
You know about the Dazzle thing, right? That we're Dazzle is kind of partnering with the Muse, because since we're a nonprofit, and so you upload a video to their website, to the Dazzle website, and they're trying to get a musicians relief fund going between Dazzle and Muse. So if you have a video of yourself that you want to upload on Dazzle, you can maybe get some contributions that way too.
Thank you. Yes. Again, now that I can breathe,
Breathing is good.
now you know, I can think about maybe doing a little singing or doing something. I know my friend Hazel Miller did a concert, and man, people really blessed her financially for that, you know. And I was thinking, yeah, it might be time to do something like that, you know.
did she do something online? You mean like a live stream?
Well, you know, she works with Big Head Todd, and so they did it under their Facebook page. But she just did a little 30-minute home concert, and you know, it might have been an hour, but you know, she had over, I mean, thousands of people tuned in, and you know, she gave her number to her Cash App or PayPal or whatever, you know, and the people blessed her. So I guess that's what we're all doing, right? Even this here, just saying, you know.
Yeah, well, I would encourage you to do the same because I bet you'd have a ton of listeners.
We'll listen. We'll
Yeah.
listen.
Are you, when you think through your career, are there some moments that were like, oh, I love doing this CD or I love this show? Or are these some things that really stick out in your career, or is it all kind
Okay,
of?
I had a fabulous career. I have. Um, my career highlight, I sang the national anthem for President Obama when he signed the economic stimulus bill here in 2009. I went to Macedonia with Larry Dunn from Earth, Wind and Fire. When Earth, Wind and Fire were inducted into the Hall of Fame here, I sang background. I have sung and worked and met so many wonderful celebrities and iconic musicians. I'm an award-winning actress. You know, last year I did Sister Act and I did Beehive at the Lone Tree, and you know, as a session vocalist, I just did a remix with Cage the Elephant. You know, so I've had some really wonderful opportunities. But I guess the greatest thing that I did is I raised three daughters as a working musician. You know, and as a working entertainer, and I'm so proud of that. You know, I'm so proud of that. They're good girls, and you know what I mean. They're productive citizens, and you know, it was feast or famine, but you know, we always made a way.
Oh,
Did
good for
anybody
you.
follow in mom's footsteps as being an actress or singer? Or
My youngest daughter is in New York right now, working, singing for a living. She followed me out there when I went. She came a few months after me in 2011, and she's been there ever since. And I have a daughter who has a nonprofit here working with children. And my oldest daughter is a manager, a supervisor out at the airport. And, you know, they all sing. They all have talent, you know what I mean? But only one really chose to follow in my footsteps, you know, as I followed in my parents' footsteps. So
well, that's congratulations. I mean, because that's as a as parents, it just feels great to have your kids successful and healthy and all that. That's always at the top of the list.
I'm very proud, and for my youngest who's in New York by herself right now, you know, it's a scary time, but she's like, nope, this is like, I told her she wanted to come home, but you know, that's where she wanted to be. So we're all taking the faith walk right now, you know, all of us, all artists, musicians. I call it the faith walk because I'm a believer, you know what I mean, that there is a higher power. But you know, whatever you believe right now, all we can do is have a little faith that the music will come back, that we'll get a chance to perform. It's sad that they're canceling all of the concerts, though, you know, because I'm thinking that's a way for people to come back, to
Mm.
be outside, kind of give yourself some distance, but let the music soothe your soul, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're hoping, depending on how things shake out in Colorado, we're hoping to start live streaming when it's deemed to be okay. Like it sounds like Polis is saying maybe May 4th. And we want to get back playing. We play together and practice a lot, but we haven't had a chance to play with anybody since May 12th or March 12th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our last gig was March 12th with Mark Diamond.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How do you think things are going to be after this is all over? Do you think it's going to be some sort of a shift in perspective, or will it change things?
You know, as long as people are coughing, I don't know because people are so paranoid right now of coughing individuals. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. You know, nobody wants to catch this. You look at it, you know, thousands and thousands of people who were here just 2 months ago with plans and dreams and aspirations, and they're gone. You know, I think people are nervous. So I think until you know, they come up with a vaccine, I think they can open things, but I think people are just going to be nervous. They're going to be paranoid. You know, they're going to, if you cough, people are going to look at you funny and, you know, kind of treat. I just don't know. I don't know how it will pan out without a vaccine or without, you know. this thing running its course, which I don't think it's run its course yet.
Oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, I don't think we're anywhere near it.
I think that we have to get used to wearing masks a lot
Yeah.
longer. Maybe we'll be able to go outside, do outdoor concerts, but still you're going to see people with masks on.
Yeah.
I
That's
hope
going to be
so.
kind of a permanent part of the landscape until they find a vaccine.
I just think back to 9/11. And when 9/11 hit, I had just moved back home from Atlanta. I was working for Jerry Barnett in the office. So I had that gig going. I had gigs going. We had put a band together for me. My calendar was full. And then 9/11 hit and everything went away. Everything went away. Same as this.
Yeah.
So, I figure it's going to be different, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Back then it was the fear of the flying and, corporations canceled and, but I remember it took months for the work to start coming back,
Yeah.
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 I think it's going to be the same. And, I think we're so resilient as human beings are so resilient, I think it will come back. But I have another business I do. It's called Affordable Room Makeovers, and we do home repair, interior redesign, professional organization. I'm really thinking I need to focus on that right now and give a chance for people to heal, as opposed to waiting for the music to really fall back in place,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds realistic.
Do you have any encouraging words or anything you'd like to say to the listeners before we part?
You know what? Just hold on. Hold on. Care of yourselves. And if you get sick, buy lemons. I can't say enough about lemons. I know that's weird, but one night I had a 3-day period there where I was coughing so much I couldn't even catch my breath. And my husband went and cut up some lemons and had me suck on the lemons, and it stopped my coughing cold. I was able to sleep through the night. Damaged my teeth a little bit. But because once I knew it worked, I just went crazy. But I'm drinking lots of lemon water now, and you know what I mean? Just keep moving. I don't know what I had, but I did so much research online. If you feel sick, keep moving. The virus wants you to lay down. It wants you to get sedentary. Keep moving, keep stretching, doing breathing exercises, and really help your immune system. Right now, I think that's the most encouraging thing I can say, because there's so many people who are sick and terrified. And then did all of this have to happen with the allergy season? So now I don't know if my mucus is my allergies. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? But just take care of yourselves, keep moving and have faith. Just hold on. We're gonna get past it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sheryl. It was such a pleasure to talk to you. And I hope we get to perform together, at least on a live stream in June.
Keep that June date open.
Okay, and then will you please reschedule me if it gets canceled?
Sure.
For sure, man.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.